Glasses hoodie blue, logo blazing bright. Rolling through the city where the midnight lights ignite. Colorful smoke in the air, vibing loud and alive. This mic gets an engine, we ride in the drive.
All gas, no money, pedal to the hype. Turn up the feed, let the captions type. Follow, subscribe, we drop and we rise. We own the night under electric skies.
Quick, cadence tight and lean. Rapid fire verses, crisp and clean. Bouncing the beat, crowd on the edge of their seats. Spinning stories in seconds, chasing digital feats.
Lock in, no pause, break the old mold. From the podcast mic to the streets, we claim gold. Share the clip, tag a friend, run it back. All gas, no Monday, leading up
That's a wrap, but the spark remains. Hit play next week and ride again.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of All Gas No Monday. Yeah, that's right. I'm your host, Smoke, where we live every day like it's Friday. Yeah, man, I got a special guest today, man. When I tell you God puts, certain people in your life next to you, not only did I serve with them, but he also iron sharpens iron, right? But he also challenged me, right? So I got a brother that I have known since we were stationed in Vicenza, Italy from 2016 to 2018. This man has worn multiple uniforms, has multiple MOSs, and then he also holds a multiple crowns of leadership. And he's still, look, y'all, he's still climbing, right? And so he's a proud member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. And he's
Word.
one of the most versatile soldiers that I have met being my 17 years in the Army. He also is a Navy veteran, a prior infantryman in the United States Army, and he reclassed the 25 uniform. Now he's a permanent recruiter, but not only that, they have a new MOS called 42 Tango. He is now a qualified 42 Tango. He is also a current station commander in North Vegas and North Vegas, Vegas. I want to introduce y'all my brother and my friend that I have known for a while, Sergeant First Class Marcus Gaines. Welcome to the show, brother.
It's good to be here. It's good to be here.
Yeah, man. I appreciate the opportunity, man. Get to share your story on my platform. Yeah, so we're gonna start off, about your origin, right? Coming from Texas, they say everything bigger in Texas, right? Yeah, so you grew up in Pflugerville, Texas. Tell
That's
me a
right.
little bit Tell me a little bit more story or background about growing up in Pflugerville.
Oh man, Pflugerville. I mean, small town. I mean, when I was there, population about 1,200, right on the outskirts, literally like 5 minutes outside of Austin, right on the
Okay.
outskirts, small suburban community, growing. Had one high school, Pflugerville High School. By the time I made it, we just had finished building the second one, Henderson High School. That's where I graduated.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, I mean, suburban town. So, wasn't a lot of crime, wasn't a lot of room or opportunity to get in trouble. You had no choice but to keep your head on straight. Even if you went looking for it, you wasn't gonna find it. 'Cause the cops knew
Oh,
everybody. The parents, everything. And, my mom's, raising us, my two brothers and my little sister, even though she was working her jobs and, you know, trying to provide for us, hey, she kept that belt ready.
oh yeah. Oh, and, hey, if anybody know about that belt, hey, what they say, spare the rod, spoil the child. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So if anybody know about that belt, I know about switches, getting the switches off the branch.
yeah. So I mean, she did everything she could to make sure all her kids made it out and into society, ready to be successful and a good member of society. You know,
Okay.
so graduated 17 years old.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
that's amazing.
left the flock down, went on down to Houston to Texas Southern. That's where I started at Texas Southern. I didn't finish, but I ain't finished, man, because like it was a different environment. It's a different shot. You go from a close knit shelter family to the streets of Houston. So we know about the streets of Houston. So I mean, a lot of distractions, very very immature. So
Yeah.
that's why I was like, you know what, I might as well just go do what I said I was going to do when I graduate, join the military. So I started out applying for the Air Force. They told me they don't give top secret clearances to anybody under the age of 21. Navy recruiter heard that, said, "We don't care how old you is." Gave me 30,000. I was 17 years old. 30,000.
Yeah.
I'll take it any day.
Yeah.
So then, but it wasn't active duty. When I made it to basic or boot camp, whatever y'all want to call it these days, and I saw everybody was going active, man. I was like, man, I tried to find every path to switch over to active.
Yeah.
So took me about 5 years to get there. By that time, I had already made E5. MA. My job was MA, Master at Arms, so military police. So
Okay.
I made MA2 within the first 4 years, and then dropped at 368. Dropped 368.
Yeah.
Went to I love the Marines uniform. I ain't gonna lie to you. You
Yeah.
know, I wanted to wear it. So I went to Marine Recruiter. They seen I had a tattoo on my chest. You can't see it, but it's the New York Yankee symbol because originally from Rochester, New York,
Okay.
and it has the skyline in the back. And they said all skylines was gang related. I said, "Well, I'm military police in the Navy. I ain't in no gang." And
Yeah.
then, they told me I had to go to the FBI, get a letter stating that I'm not in a gang. Like you could just walk into the FBI and get that. So then
Oh wow.
on my lunch break, called the Army recruiter. Army recruiter was like, "Man, we don't care what you got. We'll take you." Next day, went to the office, filled out the paperwork. I was working a little night job at an IT firm. Um, and my recruiter picked me up at 2 in the morning to drive me to Memphis, all the way to San Antonio to get there for them to tell me they had no jobs for me as
Oh
prior
wow.
service. And they
Yeah.
said they had 18 X-ray. They said I needed a 114 GT.
Yeah.
I had a 113. I said, I'll take the test again right now. Took it, had the qualifying score, went back to the guidance counselor. I was like, hey, we doing this or what? He's like, we finna close. I said, nah, nah, nah. We finna write this contract. I'm finna join. He was like, 18 X-ray, you sure? I was like, it is what it is. If that's my only way to go active, that's what I'm gonna
Yeah.
do. So, um, it was a ride. Obviously, I didn't make it because I wouldn't be a 42 Tango right now if I made it. But it did set me up, with a great foundation to start off with a great career. Just like you said, we served in Italy. That's the first duty station. So, at Fort Bragg, when you're going through SWIC and, SWIC hold, normally the largest size of the platoon, that when they split it, you stand at Bragg. But this time it was like 30 of us in one formation and 3 in the other. They was like, hey, you 3 staying at Bragg, you 30 going to Italy. I said,
Oh,
Italy? Let's do it. So, we got there, got to Italy October of 2015. October 2015, come February, Platoon Sergeant called me at 10 o'clock at night. Remember Sergeant First Class Herrera?
oh yeah, I remember that dude. Yeah,
He called me. He was like, hey, Pathfinder. I said, Pathfinder, what's that? He hung up the phone. So then I get to work the next day. He was like, hey, you going to Pathfinder school and next week? I said, what? What's Pathfinder school?
yeah,
And then I had, my squad leader, Staff Sergeant Brian at the time. And he broke it down to me, helped train me up. And everybody was hating on me.
yeah,
E4 just got into the Army going to
yeah,
Pathfinder school. So, all the other, squad leaders, team leaders in the company was like, you gonna fail, all this, that. And then First Sergeant Withy.
oh
He
yeah,
said, hey,
with you.
you come back with that badge, you going to the board. So
Okay.
the whole time in school, well, locked in. I was like, man, I can't fail this. I need that E5 back.
Yeah,
I wanted that E5 back so bad. So made it through Pathfinder school. Boom, got that. Come back. Everybody congratulate me. Everybody that was hating, told my man, we knew you could do it. If anybody could do it, we knew it was gonna be you.
yeah. That's how they be. Yeah,
And then you still had the haters like, how this dude get Pathfinder school so
yeah,
fast? And the reason was, I think God puts you in the right place at the right time. But gives you those opportunities. You just got to take them and seize them. So when I got to Italy, they was training up for EIB. I wasn't
yeah,
there long enough, and you know how the 173rd do. We taking the whole battalion. Matter of fact, the whole brigade, everybody going. But since I got there so late, I couldn't go. So I was the only one left in the rear, and when they had a Pathfinder slot with a high enough GT score to go without needing a waiver. So that's how
yeah,
I was lucky to get that. So mind you, I'm already airborne qualified, Pathfinder qualified. Within the first 6 months being in the unit, I'm already ahead of the game.
yeah.
So then they sent me to go to the board. And this was a funny thing in the board. Man, what was Sergeant Major name? Sergeant Major
Burrow.
Burrow.
Yeah.
Sergeant Major Burrow. So, I go in, you report to the board.
Mm-hmm.
Sergeant Major always looking down at the paper, never looking up. So they call him out the
Yeah.
facing movements, everything. You do the NCO creed. Sergeant Major finally look up. He said, son, who the hell sent you to Pathfinder school? I pointed right at First Sergeant Withy. He said, I can't have no E4 qualified Pathfinders. They asked me a few questions. He was like, I recommend you for promotion. Hey, you got to get on up out of there before they change their mind.
Yeah.
So then, BLC, crushed BLC. Did missed distinguished honor grad by .01. All because I was truthful on the last grading assessment.
Yeah.
Because the SGL didn't brief something. He didn't brief something, so I didn't give it back. And then he gigged me for that. And I was like, you didn't tell me that, but I knew what it was, trying to be honest. So, get back from BLC, go right into EIB. I didn't even want to go, but they take everybody.
Yeah.
Get the EIB, crush that too. So now what you got?
Yeah.
Airborne, EIB, Pathfinder, move me to team leader. And then, that's when I injured my back.
Yeah.
And, when you get injured in Italy, it's hard to get that treatment.
Oh yeah.
They keep trying to give you them Toradol shots, them things wear off the next day. Then you got to jump on the bus to go to Germany for the consult to get sent back, just to go back again, just to get the procedure done.
Yeah.
So, they threw me on that permanent profile, that dead man's profile, and I told the doc, I said, hey, you give me the dead man, you done shut me down. Because to me, it's like if I can't be out there with the guys doing the work, I'm not gonna give them, the direction. I'm not gonna make you do the work if I can't even do it. So I
Yeah.
said, Doc, start. I need that med board or something, reclass me or something. Give me an opportunity to continue this career, but also allow a spot to open up that these infantry guys can have a leader that can do everything that they can do. Because 173rd is a tough mission.
Oh yeah.
So then, I think we were in the gym, and that's when I met Sergeant Scott. I know you remember Sergeant Scott.
Oh yeah. Bryce.
Yeah, Sergeant Scott. He was like, "I got a job for you. Come see me on Del Den. Go to Del Den. Uh, what was his name? Major B.
Major Baldwin.
No, that wasn't him. Was it?
Yeah, Major Baldwin. Yeah.
Yeah, Major Baldwin.
Yeah. He a lieutenant colonel now.
Yeah, okay, Lieutenant Colonel Baldwin now. So they gave me that job, working with Brigade S1, at the CPF, making sure those that were in process and whether they was going to Italy or Germany, they had everything that they needed. So uh, that was probably one of the toughest positions I was ever in, because as an E5, you got to go brigade commander staff and brief.
Yeah.
Man, why I be forgetting their names? He a
Oh, Frankie
2-star now.
V.
No, he a 2-star.
Nah, he a 3-star now.
He a 3-star now?
Yeah, you talking about Colonel? He was Colonel Anderson. He General Anderson now.
Okay, yeah,
Lieutenant General. Yeah.
General Anderson. So at the CPF, it's the NCO, and then you had a lieutenant.
Yeah.
So it's Major Wyatt now. So
Oh, he a
Major
major.
Wyatt,
Oh wow.
yeah, he's Major Wyatt now. He went on leave or had to do something, so I had to brief in his spot, and we briefed right after S2, and they had a lieutenant in it too, and he briefed so wrong. I'm talking about this type of environment, man. Let me tell you, General Anderson lit into him, lit
Yeah.
into him. So I was next, man. I was shaking in my boots. I was, first time speaking in front of, all the battalion leadership and the brigade leadership. I'm an E5. This is my first brief of this magnitude. I'm in there shaking in my seat. He was like, "Come on, Sergeant Gaines." Knocked the brief out. He said, "See, it wasn't that bad." I was like, "Hey, I guess not."
Yeah.
But that right there probably set the tone for how I navigated the rest of my career.
Yeah.
Sergeant Major Frankie V. We call him
Yeah.
Frankie V now.
Yeah.
He empowered me so much especially as a young E5 with his mentorship and his guidance. And he used to always tell me, he was like, "Don't nobody outrank you in this building but you. If you can't handle it, I'll send you back to the line." Broken. I said, "Whatever you need, Sergeant Major, I'm gonna get it done."
Yeah.
And that's how I learned, when you in a position, you better be the best person in that position.
Yeah.
Because just as easy as you got something, it's just as easy somebody else can come take it and take it away.
I'm taking it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So so in that position, I was trying to reclass to the 42 Alpha,
Yeah.
going the OJT route. And I was putting in leave for something. And back then you had to turn in your SRB. And I seen at the top it said 25 uniforms. I ain't no 25 uniform, gonna be a glitch. So then right as soon as I was looking at it, retention called me. It was like, "Hey, your med board came back as a med reclass. You going to
Yeah.
25U." And this was in January. And it was like the report date was February 10th. And we
Yeah.
all know you cannot clear Italy
Yeah.
in less than 30 days.
Mhm.
But I had started putting things in motion, making it work. And early February, I seen my school date change for 6 months out. I said, "No, no, no. called HRC and said, y'all need to change this back. I already shipped my household goods.
Yeah.
I already checked out a house and I'm not staying in the hotel for 6 months. So, that's when they a few hours later they changed it back, let me leave. Went on to Fort Gordon, 25U, DHG at that. And then got orders to Fort Campbell, Kentucky.
Oh yeah.
The place I was trying to avoid, I heard to avoid my whole career. But when you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
So they sent me to 716th MP Battalion in the S6 shop. We didn't have an S6 NCOIC at the time, so I had to naturally fill that role. But that was a difficult role too because I ain't know nothing about no 25U
Yeah.
other than what they show you at the schoolhouse. But
Mhm.
I had some great NCOs and lower enlisted soldiers who knew what they were doing, and they showed me ways. They said, "Sergeant Gaines, just tell us what to do." I said, "Nah, we gonna go through these tasks. Y'all gonna show me how to do it. So when I tell you how to go do something, I know how to do it.
Do it too.
That's
Yeah.
one thing. If I'm gonna have you do something, then I better know how to do it. And
Mhm.
if not, I'm gonna do it better than you." So then, this is 2018 leading to 2019. Holding down the N2IC slot as an E5 in the E7 position. They sent me to the board. Got that. Went to ALC. Crushed that. Came back. Called my branch manager, and I was like, "Hey, I need a section chief position." She said, "No, you can work one up, one down. You gonna stay in that position. You just got there." I said, "I think not." So went over to brigade. It was Major Garner. Talked to him. Talked to the NCOIC, Sergeant First Class Lloyd. And I was like, "Look, I'm E6. I just got here. I want the next step. I've already been doing it. I know how to do it. I want my shot." So they took me over to the division, had a meeting with the Sergeant Major, and then he was like, "Got a position for you." And it was at the 129 CSSB. Everybody was like, "Man, you don't want to go there." I said,
Now
"Why?" They
you
said, "Man,
yeah.
that's the largest transportation battalion in the Army." I said, "What that mean?" They said, "Man, you S6. That's
Yeah.
too much work." I said, "I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it because, like I said, when God gives you an opportunity, you better go seize it because you never know when the next one's gonna come." And I'm
Yeah.
trying to progress, trying to progress. Um, so held that down for a year, and then my replacement had came. So by this time, I was already on Campbell for about 3 years. So you already know it's time. 3 years, it's time to PCS anyway. So my
Yeah.
replacement actually came from recruiting out of Dallas a little early. So he came 6 months early. Got slotted to go to Bragg. Back to jumping. My branch manager, the same one that told me I'm gonna work one down, didn't pay attention to my profile where it says no airborne operations.
Yeah.
Right. So how you gonna send me to Bragg to an airborne unit and I'm walking around here with a beret and can't even jump out of no plane? What that look like? So I said, "No, I'm a volunteer for recruiting." She was like, "You can't. You got a shaving profile." And I went to my PCM. I said, "I don't care if I bump up. Take this off now." So he took off the shaving profile. I called her back, said, "Hey, I want to volunteer for recruiting." Man, she did me over so bad. She DA selected me. When you
Oh,
DA selected, you don't get to choose where you go. So DA selected me, and this part I'm about to tell you. This is where I learned everybody in the military or the Army. I'll say the Army. I won't put the military all in the same bunch. You have people in the Army that hate your success so bad that they'll do anything to
yep.
slow your growth. So, I had an instance with this soldier. I had just had my little girl, and so I was on baby leave. Come back, I got a new E5 sitting in my office. Nobody told me I had a new soldier coming in or nothing. This soldier, I guess he got in a little trouble. So, they naturally got to move you. So he came in the office. He said, "Sorry, I know you probably know what's going on." I said, "No, I don't, but I'm gonna stop you right there." I said, "You got one opportunity. This is your only opportunity to tell me the truth, tell me what happened, and I got your back." So he
Yeah.
broke it down to me, you know, showed me the evidence and stuff that was against him. And I said, "Hey man, this look bad. This look bad. But I got you. Since you don't know me, I don't know you. First time meeting me, you told me the truth. I can trust you, right?"
Yeah.
So I put him in the best positions to showcase who he truly is as a leader. He's getting accolades. Obviously, he can't get awards because when you flag, you can't get
Yeah.
awards. But I personally put him in charge of the battalion commander's commo. So he at the every field problem, JRTC rotation, whatever. We didn't deploy at the time. This is during the height of COVID too, so we did some COVID missions out in New York, humanitarian missions. But I put him in charge of the BC's commo. Killed it, getting recognized. Man, when it was time for him to get read for his Article 15, destroyed him, negated all the hard work he put in over a personal feeling about what happened with the Vanessa Guillen situation. His
Yeah.
his stuff didn't have nothing to do with the stuff that Vanessa Guillen was dealing with or dealt with and went through. It was 1,000 miles left of what happened. But she based her decision off of that, and said some things. Won't go into too many details on what was said, but to me, it was EO.
Yeah.
It was EO. So I was like, "Nah, you ain't finna do that." I had to go stand up for him. So went talk to the EO rep. He was like, "Nah, we're gonna keep this local." Nah, we ain't, because I already know what that do. I
Yeah.
done seen this too many times. So I went straight to Brigade Sergeant Major, because Brigade was deployed at the time. So, they had the rear D Sergeant Major. I said, "Sergeant Major, this is what I'm about to do. Just wanted to, give you the courtesy, give you the heads up what's going on. I'm going to go talk to Division EO." I get the Division EO, tell them what's going on. They was like, "You sure you want to make this a formal? We can just, I can sit down with the commander and talk to him." I'm like, "Nah, I already know that game. I want
Mhm.
this on paper, right?" So because I made that complaint, because what happened was true, everybody that knows about this, what happened to that soldier, single father, only way he was providing for his daughter. Um, I know he's from the Caribbean. He's Haitian. He's Haitian.
Yeah.
So, this was a new start for his life. You know what I'm saying? So I knew what he was trying to do, and he slipped up, made a mistake. But the way that they destroyed him and kicked him out, I was like, nah, like, I had to do something. But because I did that, I got banned from all battalion meetings. How you the S6 NCYC, you can't even go to the staff meetings.
Wow.
And then my recruiting packet was still with with the command leadership.
Hmm.
So while I'm on leave, my replacement called me and said, "Hey man, don't come back." They say, "You don't work here no more." I said, "How that work? I ain't got no orders going nowhere." So I went back to brigade. I said, "Hey, they told me I don't work there no more, and they not signing my packet, because whether you DA select or you volunteer, they still got to fill out your packet,
Packet. Yeah.
right?" So brigade sergeant said, "Hey man, go get your packet. Tell them I said give you your packet. We gonna take care of you." So I go back. They yelling at me as soon as I walk in the building. "Man, didn't I tell you don't come back in this building?" I said, "Brigade sergeant said give me the packet. They gonna take care of it."
Yeah.
So he gave it to me. Went back. Man, within 5 minutes, I'm sitting in the brigade sergeant major office. Within 5 minutes, battalion leadership knocking at the door. And Sergeant Major had to explain to him, like, you can't not sign his packet, because on the recruiting packet, there's a spot for the battalion commander to sign. whether they recommend or disapprove you for recruiting duties and the reason why. But they knew they couldn't do that because it's retaliation. You know what I'm saying? It's retaliation. So they ended up signing it, and then they sent me back to 716 because they NCIC. He got picked up to go out to Fort El Paso. Or my bad, not Fort El Paso, Fort Bliss. So they didn't have an NCYC. And since I ain't had no job, and it was like another 6 months before our PCS, I told somebody, I said, I'll go do that. I'll go hold it down. I already know the unit. I know the equipment they got. You know what I'm saying? I can help them out. Bro, within 2 weeks that I got there, I got flagged for EO.
Wow.
Right? For EO. And the reason why I was flagged is because there was a soldier in the shop that was going to behavioral health saying his leadership. Mind you, he'd been going to behavioral health for a year.
Mm-hmm.
So I get there, then 2 weeks later, I'm flagged because he's saying his leadership is causing these problems. I ain't even seen the dude. You know what I'm saying? So then that pushed my recruiting report date back to the ARC a little bit further back while they did the investigation. And then everything come back unfounded because I wasn't even there. I wasn't his leader at the time, you know? So, get to the ARC. This is where I find out my mom got complete kidney failure. So I'm talking to G1 like, hey, man, I need to get back to Texas. If you can do anything, let me go be a recruiter back in Texas. I know there's a station like 3 minutes from my house, so I can go help take care of her. So they was like, you gotta do a compassionate. So had to get the doctor's notes, everything stating, I'm going to be the primary caregiver and stuff like that. And then I get slotted. I get slotted for Texas.
Mm-hmm.
To Austin, Texas. My mom, she was living in Austin out there. Well, not really Austin, Leander, another suburb of Austin. So I get there and they was like, nah, you going to Austin South. I said, what? They was like, yeah, you going to Austin South. I said, man, I just got a house in Georgetown.
Yeah.
He said, Sergeant Major said he don't want no recruiter in their hometown. I said, well, my hometown, Pflugerville. Leander up the street. He said he don't want no recruiter on the other in his hometown. And Austin South, that's South Austin, way past downtown, heading to Buda and Kyle and then San Antonio. So this was like a daily 45-minute to an hour and a half commute, depending on traffic.
Yeah.
So I'm killing that, right? First get there, I dropped like 28 within the first 12 months, 28. And then my sergeant major was like, hey, let's backtrack. Sergeant Major Campos in January, I think I was like at 18. Because Gib was out there in Houston with you.
Yeah,
so
but
me and
Gib, he came replace me in 22.
Yeah, I got in recruiting. I got to my duty station May of 22, and then Gib got out there in like June, July 22.
Yeah, because
so me and
I
him was
left
competing.
in May. I left in May.
Yeah, so we was competing. So we was going tit for tat. January, February of 23, 5th Brigade does that best of the best, retreat. So we went out to Dallas with the whole brigade, with the top recruiters, top station commanders, top first sergeants, sitting down with all the battalion leadership as like a, sharing your TTPs type little training. And Sergeant Major Campos was like, he was hyping me up. He was like, this it's the best, right? Houston Sergeant Major was like, nah, he ain't. He said, I got DeJuan Gibson. I said, I know DeJuan. That's my boy. We like brothers.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, for real? I said, I bet he won't beat me at the end of the year. And so Sergeant Major Campos told me, he said, well, what you doing? I said, well, what you mean, Sergeant Major? He said, we converting or what? I said, I thought you gotta wait till you hit your 12-month mark before you convert. I said, Sergeant Major, that's not till June. It was like, and I was like, plus it's my board year for 7. I'm trying to see what's gonna happen, because you don't work so hard your whole career, you trying to get promoted.
Yeah.
And He was like, okay, talk to me in June. I was all right. So I get my OML number. I forgot when the OMLs came out, but I was like number 148 out of 563. So this was my first board, so I ain't really know what that meant. But I was loving recruiting so much. Plus, I was at this point, my mom, she's on the national kidney donor list. So I was like, you know what? Some told me like just go get tested, see if you'll match.
Yeah.
I find out I'm a match. So I was like, you know what, Sergeant Major, I'm gonna convert, because he was like, you convert, you gonna stay here. I'm gonna move you to a station close to your mama's house.
Yeah.
So I convert. We have I'm doing all the paperwork, making sure I get the approval from the Army to be able to, donate a kidney to my mom and everything. July come, we do ATC. I'm talking to, the Austin company commander. I'm like, so I'm trying to come work for you. I heard you got a spot. He was like, we got a couple spots. So I go talk to Sergeant Major. He was like, man, we ain't got no spots. I said, nah, Sergeant Major, that ain't gonna work, because Sir just said he needs some station commanders. He got some spots. He was like, all right, give me 2 weeks. Let me see what we can do. 2 weeks go by, ain't hear nothing. But then I got the new OML number. I was like number 61. When you convert, your number is like, it's not a whole number. It's like a half number or a percentage. So I was like number 61.05 or 35 or something like that. And I was like, you already called. Y'all passed 61. Start me get promoted. And, the very next month, picked up 7. And then I'm learning the ins and outs of recruiting and how this stuff works. So they ended up slotting me for SLC January of 24. It was it 24? Yeah, January 24. And then I was like, I'm already up there at Knox. I might as well do station commander course. So I hit up S3, the training shot. They got me slotted for the follow-on station commander course, because as soon as SLC ended, 3 days later the station commander course started. So an incident happened in our company, where a station commander spot opened up. And I was like, shoot, Sergeant Major, you playing games. You ain't moved me yet. I'll take the San Marcos station commander spot, even though that's another 35 minutes on top of my drive. So I was going to go from San Marcos back to Georgetown every day just for the opportunity. And he was like, you sure? I said, if it keep me in the area, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So while I'm in the course, they denied the par at first. They denied the par. I was able to, state my case. I'm asking questions to the commandants and stuff. And then, a few days later, the Sergeant Major Monday approved the par for me to take over that station. A week later, while I'm finna graduate SLC, guess what happened?
What's that?
I get it was an email, IPSA email, stating I'm on a new assignment. I'm thinking it's the orders being cut for San Marcos.
Yeah.
And I opened the email. It said Vegas. I said, Vegas? I only been here a year and a half. You're supposed to be moving. And then so I called Sergeant Major Campos. He was like, hey, Sergeant Gaines, it is what it is. I think you're gonna like Vegas. I said, Sergeant Major, nah, can't do that. He was like, well, I'm about to leave to go to Jacksonville. We can put in a party, you come out there. So, I'm sitting there doing my research, talking to the wife. She don't want to come to Vegas. She had already finished her master's in education. So I was comparing the teacher pay.
Yeah.
In Jacksonville and in Vegas. And when I tell you, when Vegas CCSD popped up, it said 85,000 for a third grade teacher.
Yeah.
I said, nah, baby, we going to Vegas. We going to Vegas. So my report date was September 10th, 2024. And I was about to graduate station commander course in March. And I get a call from the soldiers at the new station I was taking over. Like, hey man, I thought you was finna be the station commander. This is the station commander here.
Yeah.
I said, what? It was like, yeah, the name Sarn Perez, who was my deputy at the station I was leaving, right? So I hung up the phone, called Sarn Perez. I said, man, what's going on? He said, man, your guess is as good as mine. Because he was filling out another station out in Corpus Christi, helping out at Corpus Christi. He said, I got a call to come back. And they told me to start working here. I said, okay. So then I called the first sergeant. I was like, first sergeant, I'm heated though, because this type of move, you should be notified. The first sergeant, I shouldn't be finding out from the soldiers that this move was being made.
Yeah.
Obviously, this move been thought about for weeks before it was made. So, out of respect, it should come from the company leadership. So I called her. I said, so what does that mean for me? She said, yeah, you're going to go there and be a recruiter. I said, man, I think not. I'm not driving almost 2 hours to be a recruiter. Hung up the phone. I called a sergeant major back. I said, hey, sergeant major, tracking the move. Whatever had to be done, had to be done. It is what it is, but what's the expectation for me? He said, oh, you going back to Austin South. I said, okay, cool. I was like, cool. I can do that, sergeant major. Don't worry about it. So then I hit up G1. No, we had the G, in the station commander course, you get the G1 come give you the brief about your assignments and stuff.
Yeah.
So I asked G1, I said, is it possible to get my report date pushed to the left? She was like, absolutely. I said, can you move it back to the summer? I said, because my wife is a teacher. I got to give her time to, find a job and get my kids enrolled in school. So she moved me to July 10th. July 10th and put the 60-day early reporting. So back up 60 days, July 10th, June 10th, May 10th. I'm still going to take leave. I had 6 days leave saved up. So I graduated in March. 2 weeks later, I'm on leave. I cleared. They was like, hey, man, what's on games? Go put in another contract. My station commander said, he's clearing. They said, his report date not to September. He said, no, it's July. You ain't know? They said, who did that? He said, his PAR's approved. But I got out of there, bro. Because to me, man, a move like that, it shows like I done put in work. Yeah. So you should at least have the decency to let me know that something's finna change. I would have been cool with it. I wouldn't have fought you at all. I would have been cool with it. But, coming out here to Vegas, just completing, just right when I hit the 2-year mark as being in USAREC, now USAR, station commander. Sure, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't know what I was doing. And it was a rough start. And I was like, man, 3 months in, I said, man, I'm getting out. I didn't sign. I haven't re-enlisted or went in depth yet. I said, man, I'm getting out. And then that's when 42 Tango came out. 42 Tango came out. I said, man, let me just put the packet in. If it gets approved, if I get accepted, I get accepted. I'm gonna see what it is, because my ETS isn't until September of 2027. I said, let me see what it is. So, I do the assessments. Then I get that email, that short notification email.
Yeah.
So I started the assessments in December, finished them in January, and 2 weeks into February, I got an ATAR. The ATAR let you know before anybody else do.
Oh, yeah.
So I got an ATAR's notification, and then I seen the email come down from 42 Tango Sergeant Major, the schoolhouse Sergeant Major. And it was like, you've been selected. Your school starts February 23rd. I said, dang, 2 weeks. So I did that, went, I ain't gonna lie, man. That was probably one of the best schools I went to, because it was full of high charging NCOs who made you compete, who made you put your best foot forward, right? And now I linked up with Super Sad.
Oh yeah, I know that.
First time Super Sad, all of us in Italy, Met up with Super Sad at the schoolhouse. We graduate, come back, and I put the knowledge into play. Came back May, of 2025, put the knowledge that I learned out there into effect, man. And I'm telling you, my station been skyrocketing, skyrocketing. Right now, year to date, number one in USAR. Finished quarter one, FY26 quarter one, number one in USAR. And I'm we out here killing it. I'm killing it short
Yeah.
staff. I'm supposed to have 11 soldiers. I got 6. And we
Wow.
putting up astronomical numbers.
Yeah, you remind me about that time when I was in Houston. We was supposed to, yeah, we was considered what you call a large station, right? When you have 9+ people,
Yeah,
but we started losing people because of PCS, and we were short staffed, and sometimes we didn't. Uh, Certain months we didn't do the full mission, but some months we just overproduced and we was hard
yeah,
boxing. And I remember one year we hard boxed, like we had a couple people because we always help each other out. Like if one person was interviewing, the other person was doing the package, vice versa, right? So
yeah,
we hard boxed that year. I said, man, I know people had their gold badges already. I said, hey, I just want my gold badge. And they's like, man, if I can get y'all to get y'all rings, that's cool too. But I
yeah,
just want my gold badge. So we worked together that whole year. They got 2 people out of our office got rings. And then I got my gold badge less than 3 years.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And it's the same concept too. I mean, this in this organization, it's not the way I look at it, because we do the same thing. We run it as a team. Like even myself as a station commander, I'm out there, prospecting, conducting appointments, processing packets, waivers, all that, school events, community events, all of it. I'm out there in the trenches with them,
Yeah,
and we everybody is helping everybody do something, and we don't even care what the mission gonna be.
yeah,
I told
uh,
I said, hey, we overproducing no matter what, both sides, no matter what, every month. So
yeah,
let's go get it, right? And my philosophy behind that is there's no unit in the Army where individual success dictates mission success.
yeah.
You everything you do in the Army, you got to work as a team.
Team,
Whether it's
yeah,
a small team or a large team, everybody has to pull apart and
yeah.
do something for the mission to be
But
successful.
but you got some slackers on your team, and you got to pick up the slack for them because they kind of butthurt because a lot of them got DA selected and they don't want to be a recruiter. But big army told them like, hey, you going out here and doing something
Yeah,
outside your MOS. But like I tell people all the time, like whatever the army tells you to do or wherever they place you at, try to do the best that you can do because at the end of the day, it might be a reward at the end
yeah,
of that tour or
yeah.
the
But see,
location you at.
with that, like I'm glad you said that. Slackers, you got slackers on your team. No, ain't no slackers on
Mhm.
the team. Ain't no. You want to know why there ain't gonna be no slackers on the team?
Wow.
Because leaders have to be leaders. You have to hold everybody accountable. When you stop holding anybody accountable for the job, that's you allowing somebody to be a slacker, right?
Yeah.
And so even with whether you DA selected or you volunteer to come out here, man, you ain't got to be the best recruiter. You
Hmm.
don't, right? And that was one thing I had to learn the hard way. I was doing my NCOER back when I was, a DA select. And my station commander told me, he said, as a DA select, you number one all day. But if you was a 79, now 42 Tango, he said, I'll rate you at the bottom. I'm like, bro, I'm killing it. He said, what are you doing to help those around you be successful?
Successful, yeah.
Why are you successful and this person grinding, but they not successful? How about you share something and help them get to where you at? So that's the mindset I have now in this position is, I'm not here to convert nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to push conversion on you. But what I
Yeah.
will do is make you a better NCO when you leave here than what you came here. It's so many skills that recruiting brings to the table, especially as, everyone's pretty much E6 or E7 now, or, let me say staff sergeant, sergeant first class. You don't see any any sergeants because of how they doing the promotion. You go into the art, you automatically getting put, but everybody here is either going to be a staff sergeant or sergeant first class when they leave here, which means you're going to be a some squad leader, platoon sergeant, or something. So it's
Yeah.
them intangible skills that you learning on how to be a leader. When you prospecting, you know, as a leader, it's the same as if you're trying to, you know, convince or get your team members to do the job that you're trying to tell them to do. It's the same thing. Building a processing a packet paperwork. You know,
Yeah. And
everybody
so,
hate the calendars. Everybody hate the calendars, but to
yeah.
me, that back on the line, that's the long range training calendar that you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
something if you can kind of correlate the stuff you're doing in recruiting to the stuff that you're gonna do if you go back to the line, it's a lot of skills that you are learning that's gonna set you apart from your peers when you go back. Even though you're missing out on some key time, you are getting some key development time out here.
Yeah. And that goes back to some of the Army saying about building those cohesive teams too as well. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, being able to work together as one well-oiled machine. So yeah. But yeah, you done took up all my. I was gonna ask you some questions,
I bet you can still ask me some questions, man. We can do this all night.
man. But you basically took the whole show.
My bad, man.
Come on
You know,
now, man.
I get to talking. I get to talking. Hey, look, so that's why I'm an alpha man, man. We got.
Oh, please. Hey, but don't forget who. Hey, don't forget who started Black History though.
Hey, hey,
Hey,
hey, look,
hey,
look, look, man. A pioneer in Black history. Who that?
huh?
You already know who that is.
Who is
That's
it?
that's that's Dr. Martin Luther King. What that say? Alpha Phi Alpha. Well, that was an alpha man right there.
But
So
hey, who stood beside Martin Luther King and advised him?
hey, okay,
Huh?
I see you with the Bay y'all arrested.
Yep.
Hey,
Yeah.
I know a little something.
Yeah.
But look, but look, man. On that topic, man, is I respect every member of the D9, every member of
Hmm.
the D9, right? Because we all do great things within our community, but they say you got to do your research before you do something, right?
Yeah.
And I chose Alpha because of how Alpha was founded,
Yeah.
what our jewels went through fit the same type of upbringing that what I had to deal with. Come on now,
Yeah.
Cornell University, PWI,
Yeah.
growing up in the suburbs. Had to make it happen, right? So, that's what stuck with me. I made my decision, the best decision, the oldest and the coldest.
Oh, man. Hey,
you
that's
know,
hey. All I gotta say is, man, that purple and gold, man. That's what
hey,
runs up to me, man. It just, um, I'm telling you, Omega men, bro. Like coming up through the military. Those are the guys, the fellas that I hung around with, and just being around them, man, I just felt like a
mhm,
part of them. So I was like, man, I really want to become an Omega man. Certain people choose these levels for different reasons, but I had my
mhm,
own reason, and then like the community involvement, like with father, basically being models to kids and
yeah,
being able to go in those communities and be able to be example to show them like, hey, we are men of good standard and we are
mhm,
intellectual men. We're like-minded men and we can come together to um, get stuff done.
yeah. Hey, you hit it on the head, man, and that's one of the things that I keep with me. I'm glad I made this decision. It has made me a better man, a better person, better human, and that's what I like. Why I like the job and why I'm deciding. Come September, I'm gonna sign that contract, go in depth, because I get to
Yep.
continue to help
Hey,
people,
that's why I told you,
continue to
bro.
change lives.
Cause you had second thoughts about getting out, and I told you. I say, hey man, just you
Yeah,
almost there, man. You prior service, do your time in the military. If you can make it to 20 years, do that 20 years,
yeah,
get out.
yeah. But
No,
you know
so
that long next 10 wasn't wasn't appeasing, but
yeah,
it is what it is. It's the position that I'm in. I gotta see it through
yeah,
and make what's left of it. The best time.
hmm yeah, man.
But, you
So yeah, so I got a question for you, man. So Marcus, you live three military careers in one, right? Navy, infantry, signal. Now,
Mhm.
being part of the AG Corps, HR, and recruiting.
Mhm.
Most people can barely keep up with one MOS, right? What
Mhm.
drives you to keep evolving instead of settling?
I mean, it's one of those things where you gotta want more for yourself than anybody can want for you. And
Yeah,
what comes that, right? You lifetime learner. You gotta continue your education, right? So that's why I'm still working on that master's, 4 classes away from in clinical mental health counseling. To be a nationally certified mental health provider. On top of that, I'm a competitive. I'm competitive. So any position that I'm
yeah,
in, whether I'm not at the top at the moment, it ain't gonna take long because I gotta be number one.
yeah,
If if I can't be number one, I ain't done my best. So the drive comes from is always wanting to excel and excel the right way, the smart way.
yeah,
Educate yourself, take care of yourself, and not only do it for yourself, but bring others with you, right?
yeah.
Because
That's so
you
true.
you can't you can't win no war by yourself. It take an army.
Yeah. And
So
then
the
I
more
tell,
people
and
that
then I tell, and then I tell people like as we get up in rank, man, we didn't get here by ourselves, right? We
oh
had our
no
family,
sir.
we had God, we had our family behind us in
Hmm.
order to motivate us to do what we do each and every day that we put on the uniform. Whether that's at work or just in life in general. Just to be
Hmm.
a better overall man, husband, brother, father, etc.
Hmm.
Right? So, you know, that competitive spirit that you have, you know, we've been having that since we was in Italy, since I met you. When you came in, I was like, "Hey man, this E4 high speed." And I seen you all stacked up and stuff. I said, "Man, infantry," because you don't see that from a African American in the military. When you see that that makes you proud, and to actually see somebody that can make it and and do all these things that the odds are stacked against us. You know what I'm saying? So for you to be able to
Hmm.
reverse that and turn that into a positive, that's very impacting, very impacting.
Yeah, I mean it's just one of those things, man. And I'm glad. And that's funny because when I first got to Italy, we had a battalion formation, and we in the gym. Remember the gym, the basketball courts.
We're
So
on
the whole
Camp Italy.
battalion,
On
yeah,
Camp Italy.
Italy, the whole
Yeah,
the battalion in there. And I'm looking around. I said, man, I seen about 4, maybe 5, 6 other black people in the whole in all of the rifle companies.
yeah,
And then I look over to my right, and I seen more people that look like me. What's that? Gamble company. I said, hey man, what job they got? You be over there. But in that type of environment, you can't just not do what you're supposed to do or attempt to succeed or excel just because the odds may be stacked against you or look like they stacked against you.
yeah,
Um, because I mean, at the end of the day, we all human. We
yeah,
all we we all got the ability to do something. So whether you doubt me or you don't, I'm gonna show you. why you shouldn't. You know,
Yeah,
I'm gonna show you why you shouldn't, why I'm gonna be an asset, and why you really ain't gonna have no problems with me. Just let me do my job. Let me do it better than the best of my abilities, and you're gonna be satisfied. So yeah, that was
yeah,
funny.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Being in Italy, we did have some good leadership, like you said, like a Sergeant Major Burroughs. We had I don't know if you remember. Well, he's a full bird colonel now, Colonel Shaw.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
for him to go through all that cancer that he had and to come
Hmm.
back, full charging, I give him
Hmm.
hats off to that. And then we had Sergeant Major Mullinax, good
Yep.
leader, good leader in the army. I met him because he was the division sergeant major when I got here to Fort Riley, and man,
Hmm.
we linked up, and I'm telling you, and now he works for General Donahue, a 4-star general. Under
Okay.
yeah, he works under, they call it used to be USARA, but now it's uh USARAF, so it's United States, Europe, and Africa.
Yeah, I remember I seen that. I remember seeing that.
Yeah, so his boss is a 4-star general.
Yeah. Yeah, you forgot about Colonel Bartholomew.
Oh yeah, oh the tall six, yeah, Colonel
Yeah.
Bartholomew. Yep.
Yeah. uh Man, even the first sergeants, man, first sergeant with the first
First
sergeant
on Paris,
Anderson,
Paris on
first sergeant
Paris.
Perry, man.
Yeah, first on
that-
Aldrich. First on
yep,
Aldrich.
yep. First sergeant Shaw. I think
Yeah,
he's sergeant major of I think it's 18th Airborne Corps.
first on Shaw.
I think. Yeah. Bradshaw, my bad. First sergeant Bradshaw.
Oh, he 18 Airborne Corps.
I think I thought I saw an article the other day, or maybe a couple months back. He's either, I think it is 18th Airborne Corps. But when I
Okay.
seen it, I said, man, I know this dude.
Yeah,
uh,
I'm telling you.
I mean, there was a lot of great ones over there. A lot
Yeah,
of great ones.
I tell people all the time, you go 173rd, you got that 173rd on your eval. Oh man, you gonna get promoted. Oh yeah, you gonna get
Hey,
promoted.
and hey, that's one of the things, man. Like, I'm blessed that you know we was able to go to the 173rd, because I mean,
Yeah,
even on top of the leaders that you met, the people that you met, that you still stay in contact with a lot of them. A
yeah.
lot of them.
Mhm.
It's it's crazy. It's crazy that when you think back on where we were at in life, and in our career, and look at where we are now, man, complete difference.
Oh
Complete
yeah,
difference. Grew up a lot.
oh yeah,
you
definitely
you
grew up
done
a
lost
lot.
your hair.
Huh? You said
I said you
what?
done lost your hair.
Oh man, I didn't have no hair when I was over there. Come on now.
Nah, I'm
Yeah.
just playing with you.
But why you talking? We done gained a few gray hairs now. I know that.
Nah, I ain't got no gray. I ain't got no gray, man. I'm
Oh, your
still.
time coming. Your time coming. It's coming.
Hey,
It might not
ain't
be
no wish
right
that
now,
on
but
me.
it's coming. It's coming. Hey,
Ain't no
long
wish.
as hey, long as you stay you saw it, it's coming. Hmm.
No, hey man, ain't nothing wrong with you, sorry, man. It ain't.
Oh,
If you
okay.
find you sorry stressful, you ain't doing something right.
Oh, trust
If
me.
you find it stressful,
It
you
can
ain't
it
doing
can
something right.
hey, it can get stressful at times now. I done seen it.
Hey. I mean, it can, but you got to see, that's one of them skills you got to learn how to manage that stress. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's okay to fail.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with failing, because you gonna learn from it and grow from it. But
Yeah. I mean a
if you
lot of
focus
people
on the things that you can control,
yeah. A lot of
yeah, like I
people
said, you focus on the things. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, I'm about to say a lot of people sorry to cut you off, but a lot of people have faced a lot of failures, man, and they have turned those failures into successes, right?
Hmm.
But it's just how you navigate your way through the pipeline in order
Yeah.
to get to where we are now, which we have done. a good job of that because when we was in Italy, we was young, not saying young, but we was like young far as like military wise. Like I was a young E5
Yeah.
when I first got to Italy. I made staff sergeant. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I never took over battalion S1, but I had to get in there and do it because I couldn't make an excuse for the soldier to be like, man, he don't know what he doing. I had to catch on fast. It's either sink or
Yeah.
swim. Sink or
Sink
swim.
is sink or swim.
Yep.
And good thing I went to the Navy because they taught me how to swim.
Mhm. And you was a
uh,
what they call it? You was a seaman, huh?
hey man, hey, that was just a good time, man. It was a good time.
Oh yeah, I know. I know. Good times, man. So you and I served in Italy, right? I watch you lead, grind, uplift people without ever asking for any credit. How did those years shape the leader you are today?
I mean, with that, the way I look at it, it's like I do things because they're supposed to be done,
Hmm.
but I also do them in a way to where we could be a little bit more efficient and protect our bodies and our minds and stuff like that. Um, so that's why I don't look for recognition. I don't need recognition. I'm a firm believer that man, I got it tattooed on me, man. Um, say only God can judge me, right?
Yeah, me too. Yep.
Right, right. So
Hmm.
I don't look for any type of recognition from man or woman, because at the end of the day, when it's time for me to go, it's only one person I got to answer to.
Yep.
So as long as I'm doing something and living my life rightfully in His eyes, that's all I
Yep.
need. So that's why I look. I don't necessarily, there's some people that need that recognition to keep going. But for me,
Yep.
is I always told myself, I I ain't got to prove nothing to nobody, right?
Yeah.
Nobody. So, but what would allow me, to the leader who I am today, like I said, I recognize that there are people that need that type of recognition.
Oh yeah.
They You need that something like that to drive. But what shaped me is I had to grow, right?
Hmm.
Remember, when you first met me, I was heartless. Had no filter, no
Yep.
nothing. And I remember when I took over that battalion, that six shop. I'll never forget this female specialist. I think she's either sergeant or staff sergeant Dimerson now. Um, she told me that she didn't feel comfortable approaching me with things because I look evil.
Yeah.
I said, what? She said, your face just looks like you don't care, you're not empathetic. So that
Yeah.
I knew I had to change something, right? I knew I had
Hmm.
to change, um, and actually become more open. And it wasn't because I wasn't that before. It was, I was very closed off, and I don't trust people. I don't make friends like
Yeah.
that easily. I gotta be around you for a little bit before you start to see who I am. But when she told me that, I was like, dang, how many other soldiers have I came across that felt the same way? And
Yeah.
if I'm going to be in this type of space, I have to change how I present myself and how I respond to people. Like it's not being sympathetic, right? But empathetic.
Yeah.
You have to learn empathy and be able to showcase it. And a lot of times dealing with soldiers, because we all know a lot of soldiers come with a lot of problems. They may be
Oh
small
yeah.
problems or big problems, but
Yeah.
we got problems. And if you can't respond with any empathy, then how can you truly provide them guidance to put
Yeah.
themselves in a better situation? So
Yeah.
that was something that, despite my accomplishments, they mean nothing if I can't be there for the others that I'm supposed to be leading.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
hey, like they said, the creed of non-commissioned officer, I place their needs above my own, right? So we always the soldiers come
Hmm.
first before we do, right? And Like you said, some people thrive off of accomplishments and recognitions. I mean, at the end of the day, I'd rather be in the
Hmm.
back shadows, know that I'm working to make the mission successful. I don't need to be all out in the forefront, because at the end of the day, I want uh, the soldiers to shine, because my time is winding down. Right, I'm not trying to be
Hmm.
boasting and bragging. It's not about me. It's about that young soldier, because that young soldier is the future. You know,
Right.
I'm I'm like I hate to say it, I'm like the grandfather in the back. I'm old, I'm old by army age, right? And so you got the youngins that's
Yeah.
coming in, they're hungry, and they want to know, you want to pass down that knowledge. A lot of people are knowledge, how can you say it? Knowledge, they hide the knowledge. They don't want to give it out. They don't want to be able to pass
Exactly.
on what they learned. And it's just a revolving cycle. You just got to keep passing down the knowledge. That way, when they become NCOs and senior non-commissioned officers, they can keep passing the knowledge down, because things change as the army evolves. We're in 2026, and then next thing you know,
Yeah.
they talking about Army 2030. We just got to keep
Yeah.
up with the times. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep up with the
Yeah.
times, because if we don't keep up with the times, we'll get lost. And then, like I always say, if you can't keep up with the future, it's time for you to go.
Oh, most definitely. Most
Yeah,
definitely. And the best way to keep up with the future, what I noticed, throughout my career is once you become a leader at a certain rank
yeah.
or position, you you think you know it all. You
Mm-hmm.
think you know it all, and you don't listen when things are being presented to you, because it's like it's my way, it's the only
Or
way
the
it's gonna
highway.
be done. I don't care what you're saying, right?
Yep.
But hey, these young soldiers got a lot of innovation inside of them.
Oh yeah.
And if you shut that down, especially at an early stage,
Yep.
you might, cause the army to lose a good soldier. They can talk
Yep.
about that's where you get the, oh no, I'm doing this for and I'm getting out. Ain't no way I'm finna re-enlist. It's
Yeah.
because
Cause
somewhere along their career they was shut down and they don't
yeah.
feel valued.
Yeah. Cause I'm gonna use the example here, man. I'm in Fort Riley. It's in the middle of nowhere, right? But
Hmm.
me as an adaptive leader, I came here, converted over from switching over to being Sergeant First Class. I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm gonna do what it do, right? So I'm working hard, everything. I'm looking from my left and to my right. I'm seeing young soldiers just got in the army, and they talk about, man, this is it. I want to ETS. I'm like, I mean, in a way, it's not that bad, because you got to look. I always tell people, don't dictate your first army experience off your first duty station. At least do another contract. That's why I told my brother, I said, hey, because he even
Hmm.
asked me, he said, hey, bro, I'm thinking about getting out. I say, hey, bro, do me a favor, do one more contract, and then
Hmm.
you decide whether or not you want to get out, because then you got 6, almost 7 years in the military,
Hmm.
and
and,
that
and
way
and
you,
different experiences.
yep, and different experience at different location, because the leadership at your first duty station might have been trash, but your second duty
No, we
station, it
can't we
might.
can't we can't say trash no more, man.
Okay, my bad.
Counterproductive.
Yeah, counterproductive.
Counterproductive.
I'm glad you corrected me. Counterproductive. I apologize for that. It was counter counterproductive, right? But you go to your next duty station, it might be the leadership might have been awesome there,
Hmm.
you know. But you just can't dictate off your first duty station. That's why I try to tell these young soldiers, hey, don't dictate
Yeah.
off your first duty station.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's just the same as anywhere you go, right? You're gonna have to deal with something in the
Yep.
workplace,
Hmm.
something. no matter if you're a
Mhm.
civilian or a member of the military. You're gonna deal with
Yeah.
something. And the
And you,
grass ain't always green on the other side.
oh yeah, yep. And you gonna have
And
leaders. You gonna have leaders that's like I'm telling you, they mouth is so foul and they talk to you any kind of way and treat you any kind of way. You gotta be able to keep your composure and be able to how can I say it, counter that attitude that they have and show them like, hey, look, you know, I know you had a rough day or whatever you're going through, but hey, look, like I didn't come here for all that. I'm here to get the job done. And, because
mm-hmm.
Uncle Sam said I had to be here, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it to the best of my abilities. Till I can't do it no more. But you're not gonna talk to me any kind of way because it's all about how you treat people. Because at the end of the day, I might see you down the line at another duty station, and
Yeah.
you're gonna have a different opinion about me because I I stopped you and actually told you how you supposed to treat people and how you able to because at the end of the day, right, we're gonna take this
Yeah.
uniform off and you gonna want, like, let's say you get what, promoted, or you be at your retirement ceremony, and how you gonna feel if
Mm-hmm.
nobody shows up or be there for you? Now you're gonna be like, man, I was that mean. I would Sometimes a lot of people don't know that they
Yeah.
be acting that way. You see what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
at the end
Yeah.
of the day, it's all about how you treat people. And the army is one big
Oh
networking
yeah.
thing. Cause how many people
Yeah.
we met in Italy we done came across? You know what I'm saying?
Sure. A lot of them. A lot of them.
Hmm.
A lot of 'em. Yeah, this I mean, it's one of them things, man, where I mean, one thing I used to tell a lot of my soldiers, right, hitting on that, leaders with 5 miles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a whole army regulation that tells you what type of language you can use. Oh, I believe it's AR 600-20, where profanity
Yeah.
if is prohibited, right? So I always tell the soldiers, like, no matter what somebody is saying to you or doing to you, if it's not illegal or causing
And
you physically or mentally harm,
yeah.
if they name not DFAS Indiana, walk away. Don't let them mess up your check. Like, hey,
Yeah.
that direct deposit here to say DFAS Indiana.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
So if it ain't
Cause I
DFAS
mean,
Indiana, walk.
because a lot of these leaders, they want to get you out of character, so they
Mm-hmm.
try to push certain buttons because they think they're gonna get you out of your character, right? And a lot of times they don't
That's when they
understand,
got
like,
you.
yep, and they don't understand, like, far as like mental health goes, it's very important that we take good care of ourselves mentally, because we'll be able to, once we get put in those situations, we'll be able to handle them a lot more better. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So we have to be able to take care of ourselves too in that aspect as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, don't be stealing my line, man. That don't I have to copyright that.
Copyright wood.
If they name not DFAS Indiana.
Oh no, I ain't gonna stick to that, man. Hey, I know my defense, man. When I look at that W-2, when I got to file them taxes, I say, yep, you right.
Yeah. Get
Hey,
get your money, take care of yourself and your family.
yeah, yeah.
Cause you
So
don't you
that's a
don't you don't
good
want
one.
that Article 15 with that what's that half month pay?
Oh
Ooh-wee.
yeah. Well, I just thank God I ain't never got no Article 15.
Amen. Amen. I have. Yeah, I have. Hey, that was a learning experience too.
Hey, we
That's
all
that's
have. Hey, we all. we all done took accountability and had faults in the military. We bounced back. It's all about the
Yeah.
bouncing back part. Like, hey, we all human. We make mistakes, and we just gotta learn how to bounce back from those mistakes. Excuse me. But you know, I see that you're a proud alpha man. You're a station commander. Your husband, your father, and a man who reinvented himself more times than the most people attempted, right? What's the
hmm
message you want young soldiers and honestly grown adults to hear today?
I mean, one thing I could say is seize every opportunity and perform like it's your last opportunity. Because if you let these opportunities bypass you, you're gonna be stuck where you at. It's gonna be
Yeah,
hard to grow, hard to get out of put yourself in a better situation. When an opportunity presents itself, definitely, definitely
yeah,
take it. Definitely put your best foot forward, and don't let nobody stop you, right? Because
yeah,
only you can truly control who you can be. You just
yeah,
have to get out there and get after it. It's just like, I used to hear, um, so there's different communities who are at an unfair, I won't say unfair advantage, a disadvantage because of their upbringing where they come from.
yeah.
But if you understand where you at today and you
Mm-hmm.
have a vision of where you want to be tomorrow, there's certain actions that you must take in order to get to where you want to be tomorrow. And
Yeah,
if you don't take them actions, you're gonna be stuck at where you at today. So
yeah,
definitely have a vision, put a plan in motion, and don't let nobody knock you off of that. Keep
yeah. I
grinding.
could, yeah, I could agree with that, man. Coming from a small town, certain certain crowd of people, become statistics, right,
hmm
of the small town aspect of things. Uh, I raised my right hand. I was like, man, I'm ready to get out of here. I want to change in my life because I knew, you know, coming from an HBCU, and you know what come behind my HBCU partying,
Oh
all
yeah.
this, yeah, the culture, right? And so I was falling in the deep end. I said, you know what? Let me go to this recruiting station and get out the
hmm
situation I'm currently in. And once I did that, man, it's like it took off for me. Like I done been all around the world: Fort Campbell, Fort Bragg, Italy, Houston, and now here. It's like I done traveled, being in Europe. If anybody listening right now, that's a soldier, please take the
hmm
opportunity to travel and get stationed overseas because you see so many different cultures. Um, you get to eat,
Yes.
you get to experience like the food over there, like all kind of
hmm
stuff that you wouldn't experience uh on your dime. You're doing it on the army dime, and it's at a less expensive cost.
Yeah.
So we got to travel, just around Europe and just to see how beautiful it is over there, especially the Alp Mountains. I was like, man, this is nice. And then
Yeah.
the weather in Italy was always nice, man. So
Oh yeah. Man, it was an eye-opening experience because, like you say, you get to experience the different cultures,
yeah,
the different foods, the different, just the communities out there. Like
hmm,
Italy was probably one of the friendliest places, communities I've been in, because we had to live out in. There really wasn't really on post housing in
yeah,
Italy. You had to live
hmm,
out in. I stayed like 30 minutes away from Italy, in that little
yeah.
small,
You stayed in the
Italian
boondocks.
community.
Yep, you stayed in the
but
boondocks.
in that but in that small community, especially having the kids out there, the the Italian people, they would they would embrace your children.
Hmm.
And you know teach them things, show them things, or even just give them things that help a kid enjoy their day. Um, and it's not like you can't fall into the versions of different countries based off what you see on TV.
Yeah.
It's completely different. It's
Oh
completely
yeah.
different. I
That's why
didn't
you can't.
understand how friendly,
Yeah, that's
you
why you
know.
can't. That's why you can't believe everything that you see on TV. You have to experience it for yourself. I tell people all the time, you go experience it. Stop listening to what you hear on TV because everything on TV is not true. And
Yeah,
we so how can I say it? So institutionalized what we see on
yeah.
TV. We think that's the reality. No, it's not, man. I'm telling you, just the
Hmm.
experience over Italy, like my next door neighbor, he was my landlord, Giovanni. And
Yeah.
anytime I needed something, he would be right there and he would come and fix it, right? But this
Hmm.
man he would always love the Coors beer, not the Coors Light, not the in the silver can, but like in the tan.
You talk about the Coors banquet.
Yeah, he loved the Coors, man. He like, hey, no man, go. He always give me euros, but I had to switch it to American dollars to go on post to get it. But a couple
Yeah,
times they didn't have it, so I had to give them Pabst Blue Ribbon. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So he loved that. Yeah, they love American beer. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Definitely, definitely.
And then we was one big family too, cause I invite y'all over when I barbecue. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Watch
yeah,
the
oh yeah.
games.
Especially for not for the Super Bowl national
Yeah.
championship.
Hmm.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
Hey, Dre still owe me that money.
which
uh,
which for which game? For which game?
uh, I think it was the when Clemson played.
Oh, Clemson played what? Alabama?
I don't even remember the exact game, but I remember we had a little friendly wager.
Okay.
It was when Clemson played. Yeah, when Clemson played them before the national championship.
Was that the college football playoffs then?
Yeah. No, I don't think it was college playoffs. I think it was regular season or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
But
did
yeah,
you did
man,
you
them barbecues,
yeah. Barbecue. We used to barbecue all the time.
and then we all went out. We all went out.
Oh man, that was blue. I don't even think they got that club anymore. Blue.
You talking about new club?
Yeah, new club. Yeah, I said blue. New club. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There was some days, man. There was some days.
Mm-hmm. Sure was. Yeah, there was some days, man. We got a lot of memories from just being stationed out there, and then um we got some sad ones too. But the
Yeah,
happy memories outweigh the sad times out there too. Because
yeah.
we yeah we seen some stuff out there. So
Mm-hmm.
and it just make you realize, man, life is short, man, and um we know we just have to take it one day at a time because you never know when it might be our last.
Yeah,
So
you gotta appreciate the things that you experience in life.
yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I'm hating on you right now because you in Vegas, man. Everybody want to visit Vegas.
Hey, hey, I tell you what, man. Whenever you're ready, come on out. I mean, that's another thing too, man. So everybody think about Vegas, they think about, you think about the strip, the casinos.
Yep,
Man, it is so much other stuff to do out in Vegas. Get off the strip. If you're gonna come to Vegas, definitely enjoy it. But there are other places outside of the strip
yep,
where, you know, enjoyable. better bang for your buck. And you can just have a good time. A lot of family oriented spots. Like I live, I live in North Vegas. I live in North Vegas, and it's like 10 minutes away from the Strip. But this community has so much in it to do. Uh,
Uh-huh.
I- only time I'm going to the Strip is when somebody coming in town to hang out. Like
Hmm.
I've been here 2 years now. I can tell you, I've been to the casino maybe like 3 times. It
Yeah.
ain't because I'm losing. It's just because, it's other stuff to experience. And,
Fairness, yeah.
Vegas has so many sub communities. Like I said, you got North Vegas, you got Summerlin, you got Centennial, you got Spring Valley, you got Henderson. Just stay away from East Vegas.
Yeah.
Just stay away from East Vegas. They got some spots, but it's one of them communities where, it can get dangerous if you out there doing the wrong things. But
Yeah.
Vegas has so many things out here that you can do and experience. Like I know I'm gonna be sad when I leave, but I know when I do have to come back when I want to on my own time, I know exactly where to go to have a good time, where I can stay out of trouble and be responsible and not have to worry about any chaos.
Oh yeah. That's good. Yeah, because when people hear Vegas, like you said, everybody know the Strip, the casinos,
Hmm.
MGM Grand.
Fremont
That's all they
Street.
know. Yeah, that's all they know. They don't know like other stuff is inside of Vegas that you can do with your family. You can enjoy yourself outside of that perimeter that everybody knows when
Hmm.
they go to Vegas. Yeah,
Yeah, true,
but yeah,
true.
man, that's that is what it is, man. I can't wait to come to Vegas, man. Hopefully, I get an opportunity to come because I know they have a lot of cigar festivals when it comes to Vegas too.
Oh man, cigars, man. If you do come to Vegas, there's one spot. It is black owned. It's called Tap and Ash. Definitely
Yeah.
check out Tap and Ash. Uh, the couple that owns that spot, or they be in there very friendly. Very customer service oriented, and they just make you feel like family when you go in there. Tap. That's Tap and Ash. You know.
Hmm.
So definitely check them out if anybody will come out here and they like to enjoy a good cigar and a nice cultivated drink to go with it.
Okay. Is it expensive or least expensive? How is it?
I mean, I'm gonna say it is on the tail end of the strip. Right on the other side of the Strat, close to the Spear. So obviously, when you're around, they got to be able to pay the rent.
Oh
They got
yeah.
to be able to pay their rent. So it's not it's not one of them break your pockets expensive. I
Yeah.
say for the type of environment, because they do be having live music and stuff like that going on. The type of environment and the quality of service that they provide is very reasonably priced.
Okay.
Very reasonably priced.
So would you say if I had $100 in my pocket, would I be good or no?
Oh, that's all you need. Unless you try to go overboard, that's all you
No,
need.
no, no. I ain't trying to go overboard because I know
Yeah,
I
that's all
know
you need.
people. I know people like tourists like myself. If I were to come there, I know I'm gonna spend some type of money, so I have to save up enough so where I can have enough to enjoy myself.
Oh man, you come out here with $500, we gonna make it work. We gonna make it work. I mean, I always put a limit on myself anyway. If I'm gonna go out, so it ain't. I ain't gonna break your pockets if if we
Yeah.
going out doing something. I'm gonna take you to a nice little chill spot where you can enjoy yourself and have a good memory when you leave.
Oh yeah. 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 I remember that memory when you came down and before I went to one off to Cannon School, you came to what the U station in what Austin?
Uh, yeah, that was when I was recruited in Austin.
Yeah, and I came down and we had my going away at the cigar spot.
Yeah, no,
Mm.
I put you on to that tequila, but
Oh
that
yeah, it
good
was.
tequila.
Yeah, you changed my mind about tequila because you know I'm not a tequila guy, but that right there, I could drink that.
Yeah,
Yeah, most
I got
definitely.
another one for you. I got another one for you. You know, one of these days I might have to ship you out one of them bottles of that Shay Shay,
Oh man,
that little 48 Shay.
because y'all got it out there, right?
Oh, that thing stay in stock out here.
Oh yeah, I
As soon as it
believe it.
come in, it fly off the shelf.
Oh, I'm gonna have to put you on this. Have you ever had this nearest green? It's not an expensive bottle. It's in a green label bottle.
Yeah, to my Uncle
Yes.
Nearest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, that thing. I went to Houston. Man, I got two of them bottles because they were like $20 a pop.
yeah. I went to the. I tried that when I went to the distillery when I was stationed at Campbell. Because it's right up the street.
Oh yeah, I forgot, man. You got all kind of opportunity. You got to go to the distillery, all that stuff. Cause they got Jack Daniels
Yeah,
distillery, but in Lynchburg, was it Lynchburg, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a good one. I mean, I got a whole bunch. But oh, I'm gonna get a couple. I'm gonna send them your way,
Oh yeah. Much appreciated, man. Cause yeah, I
especially go with them
still.
cigars you over there smoking.
Oh yeah, man. This is like my common mechanism, man.
Yeah, so you got to pair it with something nice. Don't be on that Don Julio or that
Oh
Patron. You can't be having that poison.
nah, nah, I don't want that. No, no, indeed, sir. So man.
or that or that or that Casamigos.
Oh no, man, that's for them young folks. They do all that, man. I'm more like I'm trying to get to the sophisticated, something that that 35 and up.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you one that's a little less expensive.
But that
It's a blanco. It's a blanco. You can drink it straight or put it on some ice straight. It's called Lalo. L Lalo. Smooth,
okay.
smooth. And that's my go to. Uh, because I think it's like maybe a little less than 50.
hmm
You only need about one or two. Hey,
Well,
you
well,
good to go.
I'm gonna tell you right now, since you in a bigger metropolitan area, you get more variety of choices. Me being in a rural area, they don't have many choices here unless you go to like Kansas City, which is a bigger city, and I'm not gonna drive two
Yeah.
hours for that. So
Oh yeah, no, I understand it. I understand it.
mhm. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you done heard it from my brother, my friend. Sulfur Clad Marcus Gaines. I appreciate you getting on the platform, man. And I'm super excited and proud of you, man, because we have all came a long way from being from our days in Italy to now, and including our families too as well. So I want to appreciate you, brother, for sharing your story on my platform and be able to help somebody, navigate through their military career, even if it's military or outside of the military. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart right now.
Hey man, I appreciate you for extending the offer for me to come and be able to share, and always being a positive mentor, professionally and personally. So
Oh, yeah.
that's a bond that's gonna last forever.
Oh yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Yeah, man, you heard it from the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Sword Class
There
Games,
you go.
you know, on my platform. So this is All Gas No Monday. It's your boy Smoke. Live every day like it's Friday. Hey, and I'm gone.